to make your parents proud. We all have that unchecked program running behind in our mind. And this is unhealthy in nature. Why? Because it's a form of people pleasing. You want to do something for somebody else. Do you really want to get married? Do you really want that job? Do you really want to go to that university and study that subject for 4 to 5 years? I never asked, what do I want? Maybe you are the same. Have you asked, what do you want to do in life? Where do you want to go? What things do you want to study? I'm not saying you need to blame it on your parents or you need to blame it on your childhood or your past. It's just to create an awareness. Take steps towards the solution. How do you deal with different forms of authorities? How do they make you feel? What emotions come up? What triggers you? And you might feel that you are in a loop. You might have a feeling of stagnation. You're not growing in life and you wonder, why is that? You changed your jobs, you changed your country, you got married, you have a new relationship, but it all feels the same no matter which country you grew up in, no matter what culture you belong to. All humans have similar tendencies. And one of those tendencies are to make your parents proud. I'm sure you'll agree with this idea of wanting to make your parents proud in any way, shape or form. Be it getting the best job, getting married and getting settled, having children, getting into the best university possible. All of these actions have a deep underlying belief system that if I do these things, I will make my parents happy and proud. We all have that unchecked program running behind in our mind. And this is unhealthy in nature. Why? Because it's a form of people pleasing. This is where people pleasing nature comes from. You want to do something for somebody else. Do you really want to get married? Do you really want that job? Do you really want to go to that university and study that subject for 4 to 5 years? That's the real question you need to be asking. Rather than operating on that belief system of, I need to do this to make an authority figure in my life happy. If you constantly live your life by this notion that I want to retire my parents, I want to make them proud, what are you really doing? You're really trying to please an authority figure. And that will definitely reflect in other areas of your life. Be it your manager, be it your professor, be it the immigration officer, or be it your landlord. You will try to do things for them to make them happy. You'll try to be perfect. And that will lead to overthinking habit like, what do I need to do to not make a mistake? When I go to the immigration officer for my visa work, I have all my documents ready. I have multiple physical copies, the originals, the photocopy, the colored copy, black and white, things that they didn't ask for, but I would still keep it. I would have such thick files and 3 to 4 copies of thick files. And I see some other people just walk into the office very casually, just having a thin file, because that's all they asked for. And I wondered why I cannot be so relaxed about immigration or authority figures in my life. And I realized that I have this program running back of my mind. I need to do things right to please my parents, to make them proud, to make their life easier, to have that external validation and acceptance that what I am doing in life is right. I'm walking down the right path. I'm seeking a pat on my back from the authorities that you are good enough. And I've been waiting for it all my life, and that has led me to do people-pleasing behaviors, or being a Mr. Nice Guy, being an empath, sensing other people's energy, what they want, and giving them exactly what they want without asking. And that has drained me from my own strength, my own energy system. I never asked, what do I want? Maybe you are the same. Have you asked, what do you want to do in life? Where do you want to go? What things do you want to study? They might be very unconventional. Right now, I am practicing speaking well, and that's very unconventional for someone like me. For most people, because I'm not an actor, I'm not a singer, and then why practice speaking? That's very strange. People might laugh at me like, oh, you're spending time practicing speaking? What a weirdo. Or how stupid you can be, you do not even know to speak. But that's something really interests me, because I see myself speaking well in my mind, like giving speeches, starting a podcast on YouTube. And that's my goal. And that's why I put so much effort now into practicing that skill. This video is also a practice for me, so that I get better at speaking to you, speaking to my audience, and sharing some wisdom that I've learned along the way. So take some time to reflect. Are you trying to please your parents? Because that is the source of authority in our lives. The relationship which you have or had with your parents growing up is the same relationship you'll have with multiple authority figures in your life. Be it your manager, your husband, your wife, your landlord. No matter where you go, you'll have some form of hierarchy in all phases in your life, in all parts of your life. It could be even your gym trainer. It could be your coach of your football team. Every single thing is sort of a reflection of the relationship which you had in your childhood with your parents, and it still continues to this day. And that being said, I'm not saying you need to blame it on your parents, or you need to blame it on your childhood or your past. It's just to create an awareness of that's where it comes from. Now, when you have awareness of what is the problem, you can take steps to improve your life. Take steps towards the solution. Because once you are aware of what is happening, you might also come in the awareness of it is a cycle. It is a loop that you have been living in. The same things keep happening over and over again. The energy remains the same, the faces change. Just yesterday, a similar incident happened in my life which always puts me in a negative state, and I react in a negative way by consuming junk food. And yesterday again, the same external event happened with different face but with the same energy, and I reacted the same way by consuming a pizza. Now, even though I reacted the same way, now I'm aware of what was happening. And I'm not proud of the reaction. But I'm happy that I can see myself doing something which is not healthy for me, not healthy for my body or for my energy. And that's what I want you to see. See those negative patterns in your life. How do you deal with different forms of authorities? How do they make you feel? What emotions come up? What triggers you? And you might feel that you are in a loop. You might have a feeling of stagnation. You're not growing in life, and you wonder, why is that? You changed your jobs, you changed your country, you got married, you have a new relationship, but it all feels the same. Like nothing ever changed. That is because nothing changes until you change from inside. That's why I keep speaking about change yourself. Focus on what you can change about yourself. What you can change with the authority figures in your life. How can you show up? Once you start becoming aware of those negative patterns of your life, of how you're dealing with authority, you can just be aware and not fall into that negative energy again. Just create a distance between you and the negative patterns. And with time, you'll realize that you can add new patterns in your life. Once you recognize it, you have more power over your life. You have the choice of what you can become. And the choices and the actions that you take in life determine the quality of your life. It's not what happens to you. What happens to you happens to almost everybody. What you do about it is what makes the difference. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Until next time, walk in faith.